Welcome back. This is DragonTank 1400, and this is DragonTank plays modded Minecraft. So as you can see, I worked on the outside, of the second medium house in. Let me get back to F5. Kind of hard to talk like that. The second medium house inside of. Inside this village we got here. Not sure how many I'm gonna have. Maybe 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 really large houses, maybe a little more. I haven't done anything with the inside except for this table, but I'll go around, look at it from this different angles. These right here are, what are they called? Hold on. They're called the barricades from the Tinker's Construct. And one thing this mod pack lacks is a fence that's like dark like that. Oops, not that. It does have, if we look, come on, load already. It does have some like marker block fences that you can make, but this area is already pretty laggy enough, so I didn't want to use that. I'm not sure if the barricades cause more lag than the micro blocks, but I just decided to go with the barricades. So if we look, there are some forestry ones. This one in particular is darker. This one is too, but I don't have those, so I really only have light fences, which kind of it kind of limits what I can do, since I like buildings with contrast. As you can see, like all my buildings have contrast. Even that building over there has the dark pipes and the I don't know what you call that, but that's dark as well. That building kind of doesn't have a whole lot of contrast to it, but it's a fishing shack, so this does, the white and black. I added in the logs across there for contrast. So I kind of like heavy contrast between like the main block and then the secondary block. I just think it adds so much to the building. So these are glass panes. I just added them around random spots. I thought that was an Enderman for a second. That was kind of scary. So this wall is kind of plain. I'm gonna have to figure out something to do here. So the outside's not completely done yet. However, it is like this side's definitely done. Like it's just that one side really. That's not done. But after a little bit of that, and of course collecting iron and stuff like that. Hold on one second. There's something on my screen that popped up. Just had to click cancel. But I've also, I haven't had a really ton of time to work, and I was kind of like, do I really want to play right now? I kind of took like a day or 2 off. However, when I came back to it a few days ago, I decided to work on the medium-sized church. Now I needed a big area, and so it had to be here or in the desert. I decided here. Oops. That's probably gonna be removed anyway. So this part of the church, now see, this isn't going to be a large church. This is going to be a medium church. I don't think this town's going to have a really large church, because this is going to be a very large build. Well, the other church is small. This is going to be medium-sized church. This is going to be for me, a medium-sized build. The laboratory was big. The spaceship fragment parts, which is going to be a very long-term project, is probably going to be big to huge, big to mega project, and the And that tree I want to build in, that I've kind of been getting the saplings for and stuff like that recently, that's going to be a mega project for sure. So I got a lot of projects going on right now, but I wanted to start one that had like structure to it. Oh, and the village itself, that's a mega project for sure. I don't think I'm going to be doing I wanted like a few villages around. That might not happen. It might, depending on how long I have this world for. We'll have to see. But so what I was thinking, I'm using this is holy stone, and you just eat feathers in the middle and then stone all around. And I have a ton of feathers from that my food. So let's take a good view of this right now. Now it's getting night, but my idea is like okay, so I did this kind of in creative with cobblestone, and I made the arches here in cobblestone. Look at that ding it makes, ding ding. See what the sounds are at. I think that's fine. Let me get this up so I don't get like attacked. Go to sleep. So basically, I just wanted these arches here. I'm in a cave. Just want these arches here, and it's gonna. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with the ceiling quite yet. Like I have some ideas. I'm not sure. Like I want to make the wall here, I think. Let's mark that. No. Cobblestone. So I kind of want to, let's do a little bit of experimentation on camera here. So I kind of want to make the wall here-ish. Now, this is kind of a weird transition because the floor is going to be at this level. And this kind of goes down. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to have here fill this in, or I have to figure that out. But I think I'm going to have the wall, like I said, here. Let's just build this up just a few blocks. And step back. Yeah, the wall has to go there because I want these to be extended out one. Now, the question is, do I follow the curve of the arch, or do I keep the wall straight up until a point and then have it come over and kind of just not sure yet. How much time do we got? We're doing pretty good on time. And this is gonna be, it's gonna, what it's gonna be is, it's either gonna be all glass blocks, or the border around it's gonna be some kind of material. Not sure yet. It's probably something that contrasts. It's stained glass. Sorry. And then the middle is gonna be stained glass panes. Not exactly sure. We got this area of 5. So if I do the blocks on the outside, it will be 3 to create something cool. And if I do it all glass, not sure yet. Not sure. It's gonna be stained glass, by the way. Let me get out my silk touch pick, put some glass down. I really need to name these. It's something I really need to do. I definitely have enough levels. Where's that pick? Okay. So, just go down here just a little bit. I just want to see what this kind of looks like. We're doing this on camera. Like I said, didn't really, stuff happens with family. So I'm not sure how low I want that either. Like, I have to remember that this is the floor level. And then this is the floor level. So I think I might have that there. And then put the stained glass in a design, of course. Now we're just going to use glass just to see kind of how it looks like. Let's let me just get this going right now. Okay, and then let's get some cobble. It's gonna be the glass panes. I don't want to just make the glass panes yet, though. Let's take a look at glass for a second. See what we have to work with. Let's start at the beginning. So we got these vanilla glasses, glass panes. Yeah, I'm almost for sure I'm gonna do it like that, because even like the plain glass texture without its stain is like probably, it definitely is my least favorite block in this game, and I think a lot of people would actually agree with me on that. It does look cool to a degree, but it's just, I mean, like, to be honest, this thing is like kind of so epic that even with the bad glass texture, the plain glass texture that they have without being stained, it still kind of looks epic. So that's pretty cool. But this is the church, so it definitely needs stained glass. Like, I might actually use that sometime, something epic like that, just having the regular glass. So I don't think it's like, ever since the stained glass got introduced, I think people use the light gray glass just for the clear windows, even in vanilla. So, well, how are we doing on time? Okay. So the next thing we have to decide is, like I said, are we going to, I think we should, here's the thing. Like, how tall do we want this? And do we want it to curve? Like, I don't want glass on top. So I think this has to stop. Oops, it just melted through that. I think very strongly that this has to stop. And let's get the cobble out again here. And let's get on the other side so we can get that glass. We got some glass melting right now. This one would probably be easier to figure out, but I guess it's better to figure out in the harder one. So, yeah. I think that's a good height. Then I have two options. So, this one right here, option one is to kind of follow this up. And kind of like that. Ish. Option two is to kind of take this straight up until probably Probably actually this one right here. And then kind of like that one already, but I want to give this one a fair chance, because my idea for this is for the arch itself to kind of go in a little bit. I guess that kind of does it already. Doing that, and maybe this one right here would be one more indented, like this. Yeah, that's actually kind of the look I was going for, to be honest. I guess getting closer to the microphone. That's definitely, I mean, maybe it goes in on that block. We will have to see how to get the angles right on this. Hopefully I'll probably work on this, because I'm just in the mood for like this structural stuff right now. Usually I'm not in the mood for it. Usually I just like organic builds and kind of stuff, but I'm just kind of in the mood for this structural stuff, which is why I started on the church. It was either the church, the medium-sized church, or the big library, or I guess I could have done the museum too, but that was like the last choice I wanted to do. Definitely decided to the church for a few reasons, but basically because, you know, it's the church. I really want to honor God in my episodes. So, speaking of which, good transition, I guess. Let's get on to the passage of the day. Let's actually, before I got a little more time, before I do that, let me just kind of show you the layout here. So what we got going here, so I think originally this village was just going to kind of wrap around this and kind of come in here a little bit, you know. I think this is going to be part of the village too. This part, I think this is going to be the end of it. This right here, though it looks good, kind of like from this top down, this is a horribly designed village. I hate doing this, but I might actually tear it down just because of how it was generated, because of the amplified terrain. And then, so this road, I think I'm going to have, so the roads, so first of all, this is going to be a river. So bridge here, and then it's going to be road. This church is going to, this isn't going to be the size of the whole church. That's just the size of the chapel. So there's gonna be like a meeting area here, and it's gonna probably go to the left or the right, one of the two, and there's gonna be like classrooms and stuff like that. So there's gonna be a path though that leads over here, and it's gonna head north to. It's probably gonna like wrap. I don't know exactly what it's gonna lead. Let me just take a look at the map. Oh yeah, it's probably gonna. So it's going over there. It's probably going to head that way. Connect up with the that place. This path is going to this way. It's going to split. It's going to go here and then to the fireworks. So I think that'd be a good like splitting path. And we might probably have some stuff over here. This is actually a really nice spot right here. I almost wish I wouldn't have made the fireworks here, but this place is actually because of the canyon. This place is actually more epic. This would have been a second good spot though. Have to decide to build something there. And here I'm gonna have smaller berry / magic area / it's gonna be more of a Mistcraft area, to be honest. And then the road itself out of here is gonna go to the tree project, and it's going to go north, whatever I decide to build north. Sorry, my throat. Alright, so I am kind of running out of time here, but I did want to. I was on just like kind of fooling around like last week, and I was kind of just walking through the village. Maybe it was this week. I was just kind of walking through the village, put signs up places and everything, and I think this village is really starting to feel like a village. It's really starting to feel like a town. I really like it a lot. I always go that way, which is a really nice view, but let's go this way. Let's go up here. Let's go down the new path, I guess. Kind of maybe extend that path a little bit. Different angle on the church area. Nice pond. That's a nice shot. If the laboratory was loaded in, that is. Side entrance to the small church. So these areas do have to be filled out just a little bit more, but even without like me filling out the roads a little bit with like bushes or whatever I want to use, this is actually really starting to look like a village, like I said. This is where the Christmas tree was and the holiday stuff's going to be. Yeah, it's really starting to look. I'm really starting to like what I did up there. I just have to finish it. I did add this, by the way. This is going to be like the eating area. I might extend it a couple blocks. We'll see. So yeah, I really do starting to like this village. Still got to add the pixel art to the flower shop. That house adds so much, really, to that spot. That house adds a ton. Yeah. Okay, so make a little cut here, and then we're gonna do the passage of the day, and then that's it. So see you guys in a sec. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:1. So this verse, first verse in the entire Bible, really shows that God, the one and only true God, was the one that created space, the earth, and time, because it was in the beginning. So God himself is actually before time, before space, before matter. This verse really shows that God was the one to create everything. Now, what the universe looked like before time, space, and matter, we just don't know, because we are bound to time, space, and matter around us. We can kind of imagine what how matter would be around us, kind of void, but without space and time, we really don't know what it would be like. So, that being said, a lot of people say, oh, like, since the universe had a beginning, it had to have something to create that beginning. Well, you say it's God, but who created God? And I have to say that God never had a beginning, so he was never created. People don't like that logic, but I think this verse really shows that God was actually before time itself, and he will be after time itself. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. God actually never had a beginning, because he was the one to create time for there to be a beginning, whereas the universe shows that the universe did in fact have a beginning. People argue about when that beginning was, and I won't get into that here. However, the fact is that the universe had a beginning, so it had to have something to cause that beginning, something to create that beginning. It couldn't create it on its own. Now, since God himself never had a beginning, he's timeless. He's before and after time. He never had to have a beginning, so he never had to have something to create himself. Does that make any sense? I know it's kind of getting into some logic and reason, but that is the belief system and what I've come to definitely believe through my research and studying and praying and just like looking at the science and looking at it from a logical perspective. So that's going to be it. And this verse is just a reminder that God himself is beyond us. We ourselves have a beginning and we will have an end. God never had a beginning. He's the creator. He's the almighty creator, and it's just humbling to see that we, a lot of times, human beings try to be their own God, and this concept is definitely false. Definitely false. And because we can't be our own God, we are created beings. We were created by God, so. That was the first sin too, is that we wanted to be our own God. And the thing is that, and that's why I don't get why people can make up their own God. You can't create God. God has created us. We have to, even if we don't agree with God in certain aspects, and believe me, I've struggled with certain aspects. Beliefs about God, reading through the Bible. I've come to terms with a lot of them. There's probably more. But the facts are that we can't change God. We can't make up our own God. And that's the truth, because God himself is basically, it's kind of like saying, it's kind of like man. Well, it's actually what it is, and this is in the Bible too, how does the clay say to the potter, I don't like the way you're putting me, make me a different way? Does the clay determine what the potter is? No, the potter was the one who shapes the clay and forms it and makes it into a beautiful vessel, or whatever he's making. Kind of get my point here, is that human beings are below God. We are, and that's a good thing. For if human beings were on par with God, this world would be even a more scary place than what it is, to be honest. If we could create our own gods, that would, and first of all, that's not logical. We can't create our own gods, because God is what created us. The created being cannot create the creator, and cannot make the creator into something else. So that's why I don't get people who say all religions are right. That's just false. That's just completely illogical to say that, because you can't create God. God's not going to change for you. He's just not, because he's God, and it's just you think you're all so important. It's just very cocky, very arrogant. Anyway, so I'm glad we ended this in the church, because small church, we're making the medium church. The hall is probably about this size, to be honest. It's got 10 of these pews. It's a little wider, for sure. I made it a little wider than this. So, yeah. So I'm going to end it there. See you guys in the next one. Bye.